like the way that light looks. I'm going to turn it off. It's a little darker, but I think it looks better. That light was distracting me and the fan. Anyhow, hello. Hello, is there anybody out there? Hello, replay people. I was thinking of doing a little reading of my book tonight. Hi, Laura. Hi, Sandy. Good to see you too. How's everyone doing? It's like a weird day, isn't it? Hi, Catherine. I don't know about you, but it's been overcast. I could not do a sunset show because there was no sunset. It was nothing. Hi, Bam. Look, all my members are here except Catherine. You need to become a member. Hi, Joyce. Feels like a membership show. I'm glad you're here, Catherine. But membership shows are better. No trolls involved. And everybody please like. I know you're all subscribed so far. Hey, Maria. Oh, don't worry about that, Sandy. Time isn't real. I don't know what time is. It's some kind of a construct, am I right? I don't know what to think about time anymore. I get so confused by it all. It goes fast, it goes slow. It just kind of blows my mind. Welcome everybody. You know, I always want to sing a song. I always want to do something fun at the openings of my shows, but now I get like worried about it because copyright laws and what songs do I sing? And hello, Mr. Abbas. Hey, Arturo. So now we have people from the world coming on. Welcome to tonight's beach report. Hi, IDK. Hi, Soul Reaper. Okay, what does that mean? Be a grandmother. Are you throwing my age in my face? You think that I'm too old to be on YouTube? Hello from Iran. I don't have any grandchildren yet. Maybe you should go somewhere else, Soul Reaper, because you seem like not a very nice person. Thank you, Bam. Thank you for that. Hey, Cowbro. What time is it here? It's 9:30 at night here in Florida. Hi, Dorothy. Oh boy, it's so crazy when we have these crazy people come on the show and just gotta say stupid things. Why do I look like I have grandkids? Because you think I look old? Okay, that's called ageism. Well, I'm not even 60 yet, so thanks for that. Thank you, Maria. Hi, William. Yeah, some people just like to be keyboard warriors where they come on and say nasty things to people they don't know. I don't understand it. And what does it matter what nationality I am? Why do people want to know that? It makes no sense to me. I'm just a person. I'm a mom. I'm a sister. I'm an aunt. I'm a daughter. I'm a cousin. So it's okay about Florida. And IDK, that's a good question to ask. I am currently in like a little bit south of Sarasota. Yes, no, everything about me is real and not fake. Hi, Maddie. I don't read Arabic, Mr. Abbas from Iran, so you're gonna have to speak English if you want to say anything. Yes, I'm purple. Thank you, William. I am purple. Actually, I am a person of color. I turn color in the sun. It's true. That's the way it happens. I know. Get those alligators over here. Come on. Hi, Rory Jim. Hello. I do not speak Arabic. You're going to have to speak English on this show. We don't read Arabic, and we'll cut you off if you're not in the right place speaking Arabic here, okay? It is so shark time. Here, I'm going to throw these Arabic speakers. We don't need you. Um, yes, good Monday. Okay. So my channel is the Beach Report. Those of you who are new, I have been doing the Beach Report for 10 years now. So I've been at this for a long time, and a lot of the people that you see on this show commenting have been my longtime followers. And I'm a little bit new to YouTube because I have migrated from Facebook. Yes, we got the gators out. I'm like, where's my gator hat? Oh, I just had it here somewhere. Here, I'll wear this hat instead. I will denounce them. I rebuke you with the blood of Jesus. I don't know how to say that. I'm still kind of new to that one too, because I'm Jewish and I accepted Jesus in 2018. So I'm still learning how to get rid of demons and stuff like that. Thank you, Mr. Abbas. You said that very well in English. So I know you can speak English. But anyway, yes, I'll just wear my cross hat and scare them off with the Lord. This is what we do. This is how we do it. Okay. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you, Bam. I'm learning. I'm learning. So I am an author for those of you who are new to the show. I'm a journalist. I was with the newspaper, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, for 18 years and various other magazines and newspapers throughout my journalism career. And now I'm a paperback writer. So the books that I've written are all in paperback. That's one of my favorite songs, by the way. Anyway, this is my second book, Do You Think About Me on My Birthday? This is actually the first printing, and I have redone the color and the color of the cover. I am getting ready to submit it to the Miami Book Fair. So I thought that I would talk about the process and what I'm doing. And if you're also an author and you want some advice, or you can give me advice, we all have to work together, right? I help other people write their books too, which is a very worthwhile and fun thing to do. I love other people's stories. As a journalist, my favorite thing to do is write about other people. One of my taglines is always, wherever Jill goes, other people get noticed. So I don't come on this show hoping that I will get noticed, although here I am putting it out there. And I really don't like to put it out there. Was never my intention to be on camera. I'm a writer, and I have always been off camera. And I have written for national television, for Nickelodeon, Nickelodeon. Anyway, I was a Nickelodeon writer back in the 90s. I wrote for a show called Don't Just Sit There, Raise Your Hand if you've ever heard of it. Probably not. It wasn't on the air for very many years, like maybe 3 or 4 years, but it was a lot of fun to work on. And I've worked on different television shows, and I was even a proofreader at Rolling Stone magazine for a couple of years as well. So I've had a very interesting, storied career as a writer, as a journalist. And now I make my own career by being a paperback writer. Actually, it's not so much that it's paperback because, of course, I could publish my books in hardcover, but that's just the route that I choose to take because it's cheaper and it's easier. And I'm a one-woman show, and I like to do everything all by myself. So I was thinking, Death Row, what country would you like to visit? I guess I would like to visit Australia. I've never been there, but I am also a Swiss citizen. So I've been to Europe. I've been to a bunch of countries in Europe. And And Penguin, you're right. Stressful, uncertain times in Canada, all over the world, really. However, the thing about the Beach Report is I like to kind of give you more of a positive outlook on life and raise your consciousness and your vibration to the point where you realize that everything that's happening, we all have control over it. You have control over whether your life is good or your life is bad. You know, you choose your own emotions and you choose your own reactions to anything that happens to you. Joyce says, I have lost interest in travel. Well, I understand that too. It's not that I want to travel, but I like to see people. I have friends all over the world. And I don't really want to leave America right now. It's just not something that I feel like doing because I have traveled so much in my life. But I'm glad you're here too, Penguin. I like people who are positive and want to be here. And I have only been to Milan, Martel. Is that Viva Marte? Viva Martel? Viva Marte? I don't know. Anyway, I've been to Milan and it was absolutely beautiful. I lived in Switzerland for about 10 years and I am also a Swiss citizen. I attained citizenship. And so I know what it's like to be an immigrant, even in my own country. Uh, People talk a lot about immigration these days, and I don't know if I'd say I'm an expert on immigration, but I am experienced in immigration. Having immigrated to Switzerland, I did become a Swiss citizen. I had to attain citizenship. I had to be tested. I had to go in front of a panel of Swiss people, all that stuff. And now President Trump says he's going to take away dual citizenship, and that's okay with me too, because I was born an American citizen. And when I came back to America from Switzerland, they actually didn't just let me come home. Oh no, they made me be sponsored by my own grandparents, which was kind of a slap in the face. Um, yeah, travel for the sake of travel. Yeah, I get it. The oldest Bible, Ethiopia, Africa. I've never been to Africa. And I think it would be really interesting to go there. But kind of like Joyce, I don't feel like traveling just for the sake of traveling. And if I do travel, it will be to see my friends. And one of the reasons why, if I ever do want to go anywhere really far away, I would choose to go to Australia because I do have a lot of fans turned friends in Australia. I have several. I called, especially my friend Tracy, who lives over. I think Tracy lives in Perth. Tracy, where's Tracy Crum when you need her? Anyway, I call her Tracy from the future because she lives exactly 12 hours ahead of time than I do. The other thing I keep trying to understand is time, because I don't think time is real. I don't know. Yes, Sandy, I got to come to Utah. I've never been to Utah, but you have some good skiing out there, and I haven't skied in years. Bam wants to go to Alaska and Hawaii. Well, Alaska's cold. And I am a Floridian, so I don't know if I could handle the cold. As far as Hawaii, I don't know. It seems really far away for me. And because I do live in Florida, I've got the palm trees, I've got the ocean, and why go all the way to Hawaii for that? I have been to Portland, actually. I've been to Oregon. My best friend from high school lives in Cannon Beach, Oregon, and I got to tell you what, that place is so paradise, it blows my mind. Like, you have mountains and beaches all in the same place. And then Cannon Beach, Oregon is literally overrun with bunny rabbits. And not like the brown, kind of ugly bunny rabbits that you see on the East Coast over here. No, the most beautiful, like calico, white, red, brown, black, all the colors, and like the cutest, fluffiest bunny rabbits you ever saw, but like gangs of them. literally, you'd be walking down the street, and the next thing you know, like this gang of little bunny rabbits is chasing you, and it is insane. It is so cute, but it's a little creepy and scary at the same time. Oh, there's Isaacs. Hello, Isaacs. Isaac's from Wisconsin. Are you going to bed now? You will see me at sunrise, absolutely. I've been doing my sunrise shows every day now, and Jill is turning into a morning person, and I'm loving it, and I'm actually looking forward to getting up early. And Sandy's gonna make sure I get to Destin, Florida. I have not been there yet, and that looks like a really cool place. Hello, Abir. Joy says, my dad said, hi, Hawaii was crazy expensive. Well, I believe it too. And it also seems a little dangerous with fires and volcanoes and liberals. I don't know. Democrats everywhere. That Macy Hirono, she seems like a total nut job. Anyway, hello from Turkey. Hello, Egypt. I mean, hello to Turkey. Hello, Egypt. Hey, I heard something about Turkey, actually. I heard in Istanbul that all of the dogs and cats are allowed to roam about freely, and like they're all taken care of really well. Is that true? Because that sounds amazing. Dorothy says, praying for the young girl's family that their daughter came up missing in Punta Cana, and she was going to college in Pittsburgh. Oh my gosh. I hate hearing stuff like that. Have I heard of Playboy Curtis? I Am Music. I've not heard of that, Evan. Sorry. I'm more of an 80s girl. So I'm in Florida, a bear. Florida of USA. Bam says you are changing your metabolism getting up early. I think you're right about that, Bam, because my diet is crap lately. I don't know. It's like I was fasting a lot before I started my 30-day sunrise challenge, and I thought I would just take a break and just try to kind of eat normally, but I'm not good at eating normally. I've had an eating disorder most of my life. And even though I don't really show the eating disorder anymore, like I was bulimic when I was younger, I was anorexic, I was all this, but never like so badly that it looked like you couldn't really tell. But I have a lot of issues with food and eating and everything, so I try to deal with that. So that's true about Istanbul, huh? I want to see that for sure. Istanbul sounds amazing. Hey, Abir, back to English, please. Anybody ambassador members? What does that mean, Joyce? Yes, secret body issues, exactly, Bam. It's I don't mind talking about it at all because I believe that there are so many women who deal with eating disorders and body issues, and it's, I don't know if it's even tied with self-esteem because I don't feel that I really have any self-esteem issues. I mean, I've gotten to the point where I know who I am and I know what I'm capable of, and I know that I am crazy talented when it comes to writing and communicating and stuff like that, and doing creative things, and I'm good at it, and so I'm not feeling like you know, I need any help in that, but when it comes to putting myself out there, I'm doing it, but it's always hard. Hey, Catherine, for some odd reason, I eat more when I get up early. I feel like I eat to stay awake or something. It's really weird. I agree with that, Catherine. Maybe that is my situation too. It's like I'm hungrier getting up early. I'm not Muslim, Abir. Oh, I don't know. I'm not in the club, Joyce. Yes, we have so much more wisdom with age. It's so true. And that's why I love getting older. I was talking about it on my show this morning, actually. I will be 60 in November. And I am so like thrilled about that. Like I feel like I'm really turning a corner, you know. It seems like such an accomplishment to live 60 years. Seems like a long time. And yet I don't feel like I'm that old. And yes, sometimes the trolls come on my show and they'll try to like age shame me and try to make me feel like I'm so old. I got to be someone's grandma or say some crap like that to me. And I really don't know why people would come on to somebody's show like this and just try to make them feel badly about the way they look. Like, what? But you can't make me feel badly about the way I look. I don't at all. And the reason I don't feel badly about the way I look is because everywhere I go, people tell me I look good. So I'm going to believe them and not some stupid troll who doesn't like old people. I don't know. I'm not even that old. Look at Sandy. She's going to be 75 in November. She's one of my birthday girls, and I'm proud of you too, Sandy. And I want to be like you, 75. So you've got 15 years on me, and you're still having fun and living your life, and that's like the best. And that's how I want to do it. And it seems like, oh wait, it's Catherine's birthday. Okay. Well, I say if you're going to be 65 tomorrow, then, your birthday is going to be in a few hours because it's almost midnight. So happy birthday to you. You live in the zoo. You look like a monkey and you smell like one too. That's my special birthday song for people I love the most. I know it sounds kind of rude, but it's all in fun and happiness. And Catherine knows. So, yeah, super, super happy birthday. Okay, a bear is a boy. Oh, thank you for letting us know that. And that's actually really helpful because I don't always know. People coming from other countries have these names. I don't know which gender you are, but I do know this. There are only two genders, only two. Welcome to senior discounts. When do you get the senior discounts? It's kind of sad when you're in your late 50s, you don't get any perks or anything for being old. So I'm still waiting. Kamene Taj Sareem. I don't know what that means, mood. You're gonna need to speak English here or German. We speak German on the Beach Report too. At least I do. All right, thanks, Bam. She's like, enough of that. Happy, happy cat. Oh yeah, I think it to be 62 as well, Sandy. So how many years do I have to wait to get those old age perks? I'm waiting. Hello, Darla. All right, now the show can begin. Well, I think we have enough people on. I'm going to read the intro to my book. I know most of you have already heard it, but for you new people, actually, I won't read the intro. Well, no, I'll read the intro because I think it's helpful. Here, I'll just read this little section of it, all right? Hi, Jillian. I am a Jill, not a Jillian. And a lot of people try to call me Jillian, and I'm always like, that's not my name. I don't know, but people still insist on calling me Jilly. But that's just that's like, a cute thing. So, but see, you can go by both Jillian, and I really can't because I'm not a Jillian. Oh, Donna's back at the Goodwill. She gets the best stuff there. All right, raise your hand if you're adopted, if you know anyone who's adopted, if you are a parent and adopted your own children, let me know because that's it's not my audience, but it's what my book is about. My audience is really everybody who wants to know more about those of us who are adopted. We are a very special breed of people in the world. So, all right, I'm going to read you. This is called The Adopted Child's Point of View. I always felt special, but it was a lonely kind of special. There are pros and cons to telling a child that they're adopted. On the one hand, you don't want it to be a sudden shock when they're older, and then it's perceived to be a lie. But it's hard to grow up knowing that there are people out there who are your parents, but you can never know them. I often wondered what kind of people gave me up for adoption. Who were they? Why did they do it? I recall one conversation in particular with a little girl from down the street when I was about 8 years old. She blew my mind. I remember when I was in my mother's stomach, she told me. I can't remember that, I replied. I was adopted. Well, what does adopted mean? It means that I never grew in my mother's stomach. I came from somewhere else, I answered with confidence. Like, from where else would you come from? I'm sorry. Like, yeah, like from where else would you come from? She questioned, narrowing her eyes at me. From another woman, I told her, with far less confidence. Who? I don't know, I admitted, my confidence out the window. Are you telling me that you don't know who your mother is? The shocked look on her face scared the hell out of me. I know who my mother is, I told her, trying to at least look confident. Sounds to me like you don't, she said before walking away from me like I was some kind of motherless freak. The following story is a fictionalized account of my life experiences as an adopted child. All names have been changed to protect the innocent and everyone else. Let's see. You had to get rid of someone, Bam. Bam says some fast food discounts start at 55. Yeah. I never get those discounts because I don't eat fast food. And that's one of the reasons why I'm healthy. Do you guys want to hear a little bit more from my book? Oh, Sandy, I didn't know you were adopted. That's cool. All right, Catherine says yes. Bam says yes. Okay. So just remember, all the names are changed now, and this is the part of my book that is tells the story. Donna, you're not adopted. Okay, where do babies come from? That's the chapter title. It was the winter of 1969 when the lady at the Jewish Family and Children's Adoption Agency led 3-year-old Leah and 2-year-old Jimmy into a room that was littered with an overwhelming array of toys. I got new pants today. Thanks, Donna. There was everything from wooden blocks and board books to the Stick Shack Troll House and Hugo, Man of 1,000 Faces. The lady closed the door as she left, and Leah picked up a plastic horse off the floor and examined it and thoughtlessly tossed it aside. Then Jimmy picked up the Mrs. Beasley doll and threw it against the wall. This made Leah burst out laughing, so Jimmy picked up a naked troll doll with purple and green hair and threw it against the wall. Leah did the same with the Fisher-Price Little People dog. Pretty soon, plastic horses, Lincoln log pieces, matchbook cars, furniture pieces from the magnetic dollhouse, the Fisher-Price chatter phone, and little plastic farm animals were whizzing through the air, crashing loudly against the wall. There was no recourse for their actions. They were just little kids, and they didn't understand why they were left in the toy room alone. You can't throw Mrs. Beasley. Oh, but I did. In fact, this was the first time they had ever been left alone in a strange room. The 2 toddlers had a great time until their parents eventually returned to collect them. Right away, the kids were drawn to the noticeable pink bundle in Mommy's arms. Reaching out to touch her new baby sister's chubby cheeks, little Leah suddenly realized that this was how the Stern family got their babies. They just picked them up from an office and took them home. She imagined that the babies must have come out of the agency's file cabinets or something. The much-loved story of Leah's adoption went like this. Desperate for a baby to love, her barren parents went to the Jewish Adoption Agency and passed all sorts of psychological tests with flying colors before getting the okay to give an orphaned baby a home. There was a lady who grew you in her belly for 9 months, and after you were born, the lady gave you to the adoption agency, and the adoption agency gave you to us, Leah was told. Leah especially loved the part where Mommy would say, One day, the agency called and said, Mrs. Stern, we have a baby girl for you. This made the little girl feel like she was a very special gift. Hi, Leo. Growing up, Leah always knew about the babies that didn't survive in her mommy's womb, and about the women who had given up her and her siblings for adoption as infants. Repeatedly, Leah's parents told their adopted children that they were three of the most wanted babies in the whole world because they were chosen. Not a day went by that the Stern children weren't made aware of how very wanted and loved they were, despite the fact that their original parents had given them away. Each child was made to feel like a precious treasure and eventually grew to perceive that they too were given something they could never have had otherwise. As Leah grew older, she began to think about those biological people, the mother, the father, the grandparents, and the possibility of sisters, brothers, and cousins who all had blood connections with her. Curiosity was her constant companion as she looked at other families and compared their physical features. Leah and her siblings looked nothing alike. Ever mindful of the loyalty she felt towards the parents she knew and loved, Leah nevertheless began romanticizing her unknown kin. She identified with the orphans and adoptees of literature and film. Oliver Twist, Little Orphan Annie, and Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Not to mention the most famous adoptee of all, Moses. He is proof that adoption is upward mobility at its finest. Originally a happy baby, Leah grew up shy and withdrawn. While all the other kids were out playing, she was usually hidden away in a corner with a book. She didn't care about playing with other children because books were her first best friends. Leah's own history lay within the pages of novels as she vicariously read her way through other people's lives. She was Anne Frank and Helen Keller and Daphne du Maurier's unnamed muse in the novel Rebecca. She lived in the Swiss Alps as Heidi and mourned the death of Corey in Flowers in the Attic as if he were her own brother. In fact, she remembers living in the little house on the prairie as Laura Ingalls Wilder better than she remembers her family's 1976 vacation to the Jersey Shore. Did someone have a question? Do you still talk to your bio mother? I haven't talked to her in a while, but I do need to send her this book. And the reason that I haven't sent it to her yet is because I don't feel that it is completely finished. You know, I'm still refining the cover. I want to put it in the Miami Book Fair. Like I said, I'm working on that this week. I want it to be perfect. There are still little things in it that I need to change, like I have been a little bit worried because I have some swear words in the book, like the F word is in the book. And I'm concerned that when I enter it in the Miami Book Fair, that could be used against me. So I have gone through and instead of spelling it out, I spell it out F blank blank K. So it's just like a, cover my ass measure of not getting in trouble for swear words, because my book is kind of aimed at young adults. It's a little bit advanced for little kids because there is coming of age. It's a coming of age story, so there is a kind of a sex scene in it, and I think it's done tastefully. Of course, I did it, so I'm gonna say that, but. Darla says, I'm from the 60s. I had a walking doll. You had one of those walking dolls? I think I did too. I can't really remember. I know I had a Mrs. Beasley doll though. But it's, yeah, that tall doll, that was from the 50s. I think I might have had one. I don't know. I definitely, somebody had one. So exactly, Donna. Yeah, and I'm working on another book that's going to be called something like, why not F-U-C-K? Because that's a word that I think is so great, and I love it, and I love to use it, and I use it in many different ways. And so some people get so upset when they hear it, but I don't know. It's so expressive. Oh, anyway, do you guys want to hear a little bit more? Or do you want to talk about being adopted or publishing books? Let me know what you guys want to do. I can stay up a little bit longer, but I got to get to sleep soon because of tomorrow morning. I do my sunrise show again. I know Catherine loves the word too. What do you think about that? My idea for a book called Why Not FUCK? I think it would be kind of fun. Darla wants more. Darla, you've read this book at least twice now, right? You want to hear more. Okay, all right, cool, Catherine. I think I need to do that. My sister and I talk about it a lot. It's one of our favorite words, by the way. It's so effing awesome. All right, anyway. When the John Jakes book, The Bastard, came out in 1974, Leah was 8 years old and full of questions. Mommy, what's a bastard? She asked when she saw it on her mother's bedside table. A child born out of wedlock, her mother replied, almost offhandedly. But her answer confirmed what Leah already knew. She was a bastard. Oh no, her mother exclaimed. You were ours before you were born. She explained that the adoption agency chose Leah to be their daughter even while her anonymous mother was still pregnant. Because the adoption agency had matched up the two sets of parents before her birth, Leah never belonged to that other woman. The woman who gave birth to her really was not much more than the incubator in her life. But every time her birthday rolled around, Leah would think about her birth mother and wonder if she was somewhere out there thinking about her too. Hence the title, Do You Think About Me on My Birthday? Leah used to call her the lady who borned me. The mother label was banished from her title altogether. Calling her the real mother was taboo, yet she was the only real person in Leah's life that she was not to know or have any contact with whatsoever. Leah was never to think of her as her mother. To do so would have been the supreme act of disloyalty towards her adoptive mother, the woman who changed her diapers and worried over her when she was sick. Mommy was the one who showered Leah with love in every way. Roe versus Wade had been legalized the year before, and Leah heard people debating that age-old question. When does life begin? But the whole topic made her uncomfortable because Leah preferred to believe that she had never actually been born. Without access to an eyewitness who could substantiate her exit from someone's womb, she believed in the stork, the cabbage patch, and the file cabinet, which was apparently where her mother got her babies. With conception constantly in the news and on the radio, Leah became curious about the methods with which a baby was created in the first place. She found it really difficult to comprehend the fact that mothers were fighting for the right to kill their own babies. Because in her limited experience, mothers who couldn't have babies yearned for them desperately. Leah yearned for a baby too. And that's when she began thinking about her own future daughter. Long before she even knew what she was talking about, Leah promised her future daughter that she would try to choose their father, her future children, that she would try to choose their father carefully and love them, no matter how or when they came into her life. When Leah was 10, her mom lost another baby, stillborn in the 8th month. Leah took it really hard. The baby already had a name, and she had been so excited to be old enough to help raise her new little sister. Not wanting to upset her mom, Leah mourned for our baby quietly and kept those feelings of deep loss to herself. She feared that the same thing would someday happen to her. The thought of losing a baby of her own before she even had a chance to meet her was more unbearable than the thought of having lost her own first mother. After that, Leah's status as an adopted child forced her to focus on the future. She looked within herself for clues that would tell her who she was supposed to become and relished the knowledge that without ties to the past, she could create her own identity. She could be anybody, or she could be a nobody. It was completely up to her. and she wanted to be a writer. Do, 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 do. Catherine says, I want your book, but I'll have to send cash because we aren't using cards right now. We had a little fraud on our account. I'll have to message you. Absolutely. I would be super happy to send you my book. So, because that is how I make a living, is as a writer. I always have. It's always been a talent that I could rely on. But if I write it, people read it. Just is the way it is. I've always had luck in that arena. I've always been a prolific writer, and I work fast and accurately, and I don't know. I'm just I've done it so much that I'm very good at it. So something else that I do want to put out there. It's interesting. So I love dogs, and cats and all animals really. So I signed up for this thing called Bark. My daughter told me about. I think it's called bark.com or something like that. Anywhere where you sign up to be a pet sitter, right? Well, I'm not really crazy about those companies, like even like Uber and Driver, which I also do to make money, as I do drive people to the airport or to doctor's appointments and stuff like that. But these are people, if I don't know them, I know someone who knows them and needs someone to drive them and doesn't want to get involved with the uncertainties of Uber and Lyft and people you don't know anything about. So, some people just really don't like that. I'm one of those people. And if I can help somebody, they, need to get somewhere, I can take them and I make a few bucks and they're happy. Everybody wins. So, oh, what was my point in talking about that? My old age is creeping in. Well, also, I know I have a widow's brain, and the grief thing, which I'm deep in grief right now from losing my dog. Thank you, Bark. Okay, thank you, Catherine. Love you guys. Okay, so this Bark thing has been sending me requests. Not that people want me to babysit their dogs, but I also, I guess, mentioned that I'm a writer and that I can help people with their resumes. Well, literally every single day I get these offers that people desperately need help with their resumes. So that's something. Now, I'm not doing it with Bark just simply because I'm not your mommy, but everything's going well. I'm not working with Bark again because I really don't like these companies that, I know they might be good for getting people jobs, but there's just something about it I don't trust. But I have noticed that a lot of people need help with their, I think I'm going to get rid of these mommy people. I'm not your mommy. Anyway, it seems weird. Yeah. Thank you, Darla. Anyway, if people need help with their resumes, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you for apologizing. So I am good at helping people write things about themselves, and I've helped people write eulogies and biographies or autobiographies or whatever, bios for themselves and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that's something a lot of people seem to need help with. So if you do, let me know and I will help you out. It's another job I can take on. These days you kind of have to reinvent yourself in a lot of ways. And I'm not good at getting up and going to a job every day. That's not my thing. As a writer, I need things to be different all the time. I just have like a really short attention span. So I have to focus on different projects all the time. And I help other people write their life stories too. So I think if you're telling us that you're sick, we probably don't want you on the show, so I'm gonna just kick you off. Oh, someone already beat me to it. Good job, Darla. When someone tells you who they are, believe them. And if they say they're sick, get rid of them. Oh boy, what else? What else is going on? What else do you guys want to talk about? I'm getting pretty tired. So, that's something else. Okay. The weird weather, the weird fog that's been going on in the United States here. I noticed it today. And after I did my morning show, which was really wonderful, I felt like I had such good vibes this morning. I was so happy to see the sun because it seemed like it wasn't going to come out, and then it did. And I had a really beautiful show this morning. But after I got home, I was exhausted. Like, have you guys been finding that? Just this like drag you down, like if I don't lay down, I'm just gonna pass out right here kind of exhaustion. And I had to take a really big nap. So, well, thank you, B4. Thank you for that. But anyway, yeah, I had to take a nap this afternoon, which I haven't had to do ever since I've been doing my morning challenge. I haven't been that tired, but I really was exhausted today, and I am not sure why. Oh, 90 degrees in California. Sounds like springtime, summertime. I don't know. It sounds like really, really summertime. Um, Darla's right. It's not a dating site. But if someone wants to tell me I look gorgeous, I'm going to take it. I'm going to say thank you. Oh, hi. Wait. Your name, not Juan. Jonas. No, yeah. You don't hide Jonas, Darla. Bring Jonas back. Jonas is cool. We like Jonas. Eunice. It looks like Eunice. Bring him back. You got to be careful, Darla. You can't just go, you got to watch your trigger finger there, because not everybody's bad just because they say something that seems, give them a chance. You got to give them a chance, okay? And Jonas is a good person, and I remember Jonas well. That's always kind of the problem I have when I have mods, because I know everybody who comes on my show. So let me see if I can bring Jonas back. All right, did you bring Jonas back? Thank you, Darla. Jonas, sorry about that. Darla's got a trigger finger. Aw, oh, Jonas. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, you got to watch what you say around Darla. She'll just kick you right off. But we want Jonas on the show. Jonas is cool. Thank you, Darla. Thank you. Good job. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to stay on too much longer because I'm still pretty exhausted, and I do have to get up early in the morning and try to get some things done. So it's all good. You got to learn. Give people a chance. You can tell pretty immediately when they're super trolls. Like the guy that came on and said he was a sicko. We had to kick him off right away. And yes, I'm writing new books all the time, Jonas. So Donna also feels tired, but that's because of so much shopping. Donna is like the queen of shopping. For those of you who don't know, Donna is actually my stylist, and the reason why I look the way I do, it's because of her, because she's amazing. Joyce wants one more chapter. I'm going to do that for you, Joyce. Okay. I'm going to read to you Princess from Another Planet. You went to Aerie today. That's like a new store with new clothes. You don't do that. That's weird. Okay, you guys want one more? I will oblige you all. Princess from Another Planet. This is the chapter. We can all have dreams, Jonas, but it doesn't mean they'll come true. Adopting 3 babies in as many years was a miracle. Leah's parents were thrilled, but Leah wished they would have stopped at 2, because as far as she was concerned, little Pammy was a pain. Her brother Jimmy was only 11 months younger, and Leah adored him like a best friend. Her precocious little sister, however, unintentionally grabbed the spotlight, causing Leah to harbor a jealous grudge. Wasn't adopting 1 girl and 1 boy good enough for them? Leah couldn't understand why her parents wanted a 3rd child. Pammy, on the other hand, was in awe of her big sister. Leah was a bit of a prankster. For instance, when Pammy was in second grade, 10-year-old Leah concocted a far out tale that would explain the girl's mysterious origins. She pointed out the window at the night sky and told Pammy, "Look for a small bluish dot next to the Little Dipper." "I see it," Pammy squealed as she squinted at the starry sky. "That's my planet," Leah whispered to the impressionable child. "I can't even tell you its name because there is no word like it on Earth." Seeing that she had the child's attention, Leah dropped a bomb. "My name is not really Leah, and I am not the person you think I am." "Who are you?" asked the little girl, her eyes wide with shock and curiosity. "My real name is Pleajon," Leah explained. "I was sent to this planet to study what it's like to be a human and live on Earth." "Am I from this other planet too?" asked Pammy. "Is that why we were adopted?" "Well, I'm not really sure why you're here, but I suppose it's possible," Leah retorted sarcastically. Undeterred, Pammy asked, "Then what's my real name?" "On my planet, if you were my sister there like you are here, our names would sound the same," Leah thought for a moment as she looked into the little girl's golden-hued eyes, so eager for an answer. "Your name is Leah Jean." Bam got rid of somebody. Okay, Bam, good job. Yeah, I don't know about that before, dude. Leah Jean. Pammy tried it out for size as she gazed thoughtfully through the window. "What was it like to live on the planet?" I am a writer, so of course it's an open book. "We rode horses all the time," Leah answered. "Horses? I love horses," Pammy squealed. "Did you have your own horse?" "Sure I did," said Leah. "I was a princess." "Am I a princess too?" Pammy looked so hopeful that Leah softened her jealous heart, saying, "Well, you're my sister, so of course you're a princess." Seeing the little girl so excited, Leah began to realize that she had a sort of power over the child's burgeoning imagination. So she had to make sure that Pammy could keep this story in its proper place. "The things I'm telling you are top secret, understand? Nobody knows that I come from another planet. Not Mommy, not Daddy, not nobody but you. Get it?" Leah looked deep into Pammy's eyes and commanded, "Promise me you'll never tell." "I promise," Pammy replied sincerely. "But please, Jean, how did you get here in the first place?" "On a horse, an invisible horse," Leah replied conspiratorially. "Do you have your invisible horse here?" Pammy believed every word. "Oh, sure, I have 2 horses here," said Leah. "They're right behind you." Pammy whipped around and gazed about her sister's bedroom. "Where are they?" "Like I said, they're right behind you," Leah told the gullible little girl. "In fact, Midnight is smelling your hair right now." Pammy put her hand to her hair, and Leah made a motion to pet the air behind her. "Leah Jean?" "Yes, Leah Jean." "Do you think I could have one of your horses? I mean, you can't ride 2 horses at the same time, right?" "Yes, that's true," Leah agreed. She thought a moment before saying, "I could let you ride one, maybe, but I don't think I could just give you one of my horses." Pammy's little mouth turned downward, but Leah held her ground as she recognized a potential bargaining chip. Very dramatically, Leah climbed onto her invisible horse and began trotting around the room. Leah's imaginary ware whinnied and reared up and gave Pammy a show until the little girl begged to let her have a go. Leah handed her the reins to Amber, and Pammy got right into it, trotting around the room and going over invisible jumps. The noise level rose as the 2 pounded around Leah's room, neighing and laughing. Their mother came upstairs to see what all the commotion was about when the ceiling started to shake above her head. As soon as Joanne opened the door, Leah and Pammy stopped dead in their tracks, and the invisible horses fled. "What's going on here?" Joanne asked them. Just having fun, Mom, Leah told her, giggling. We'll try to keep it down. Joanne returned to the kitchen, undoubtedly pleased that her daughters were getting along well for once. That was fun, Pammy told Leah as she ran her hand in circles over the invisible flank of an invisible horse. Can I keep Amber, please? Maybe I'll let you buy her, Leah answered. How much? $500, her sister replied. Where am I supposed to get $500? Pammy wailed. I guess you'll have to work for it. Set the table for me tonight and I'll pay you $50, said Leah, poker-faced. Okay. Leah couldn't believe she was falling for it so easily. Then Pammy thought for a moment and asked her, how did the horses get invisible? Well, you can see them on my planet, but down here they take another form and it's hard to see them. In fact, I can become invisible too, Leah informed her. Pammy's expression was priceless, part disbelief and part curiosity. Do it. Well, you might be able to see me, but no one else will, Leah cautioned her. Okay, said Pammy, just do it. Leah snapped her fingers together and gave Pammy a smarty pants grin. I did it. Let's go, Pammy announced and pulled her sister out of the room and down the stairs to the kitchen where their mother was putting the finishing touches on dinner. Mommy, have you seen Leah? Pammy asked. Leah stood behind her little sister and silently shook her head no at their mother. No, Joanne smiled, going along with Leah's little joke. I think she's still in her room. And that was all it took to convince Pammy that Leah was invisible to everyone but her. When they weren't playing Princess from Another Planet, Leah and Pammy were usually fighting. Leah's jealousy ran deep, hurting them both. When Pammy was 9, Leah connived to convince the little girl to cut off her long, curly hair. You're going to look great. Just think, you won't have to deal with tangles anymore, and Mommy won't have to pull out your hair in the morning, Leah told her, all the while envying Pammy's thick, golden ringlets. Your life is going to be so much easier. Pammy, thrilled with the attention she was getting from her sister, went straight to Joanne and told her, Mommy, I want to get my hair cut short, and Joanne was more than happy to oblige. Pammy came back home the next day with what was called a pixie cut, and she looked a lot like Peter Pan. You look like a boy, Leah and Jim teased their sister ruthlessly, sending the child running to her bedroom in hysterics. The pixie cut did indeed lead strangers to think that Pammy was a boy, especially when they saw her in action, which she was constantly. Pamela Stern was a tomboy who preferred pants to skirts and loved nothing more than playing in the dirt. Despite having to endure being tortured by her older siblings, Pammy grew strong and feisty and didn't take crap from nobody. She preferred to retreat into her own world, which was made up of animals and not people. Jimmy grew to be a neat and tidy, rough and tumble, utterly adorable child who was the self-appointed keeper of his mother and 2 sisters. He was the pride of his parents, a conscientious student and an athlete for every season. Playing baseball in the summer and hockey in the winter, he collected penguin figurines and beer cans until the walls looked more like an Arctic bar than a young boy's bedroom. Jonas is good, Joyce. Jonas is from a different country, so he talks differently. Right, Jonas? You're good. Fearlessly, obsessively, Jimmy tackled his life like a baby Hercules. The family attended all of Jimmy's sporting events, everyone cheering for him on the bleachers except for Leah. Leah found sports boring and repetitive. She preferred to wait in the car and read a book or play with the radio and make up stories in her head instead of sitting on uncomfortable bleachers with her family watching her brother's games. Hey, Renee. Leah was happiest when she got to be with her grandparents. She knew they loved Pam and Jim too, but Leah sensed that Grandma and Papa loved her the most. So she spent as much time with them as possible, pretending to be a pampered only child. All right, that's it. I can't read no more. My mouth is getting dry. And I need to go to bed soon. Too bad, Renee, you are a little bit late, my friend. So you're going to have to watch the replay. Please do that. I know, we're all happy to see you. All right. Oh, you like my cup? Yes, this is my favorite. I actually got this at Doc's Beach House in Bonita Beach, Florida. And I bought it because it was right after Hurricane Ian had destroyed the whole area, and thought it was important to support local businesses. So that's why I bought that. Speaking of supporting local businesses, there's one businessman that I do want to take some time to support and to call out for being a hero of our country, and that would be Elon Musk. And I am so disappointed to hear people talking about Elon like he is enemy number one. They're treating him even worse than they treated President Trump, and it's despicable and it needs to end. But I saw an interview today where Elon was talking about the way he's being treated, and they asked him, "What do you think is the reason that people are treating you so badly?" And you know what he said? He said, "Because we're over the target." Um, don't sacrifice your life for me, Jonas. Yeah, just be careful. Just be careful. You're treading lightly there. Just be normal, okay? It's all good. No, not holding your hand. Let's just all be normal people here, okay? Don't get all obsessed or anything. So yes, Catherine, thank you for loving Elon. I think that Elon Musk is, like I said, he's an American hero. I love that he has all those kids. I think he really appreciates life, and I know he loves all of his children. And yeah, is he a little bit, what's the word? Not, he's not like, not everybody has all these kids with people, but he's not like, they're not like baby mama situation. I think he actually loves these women, and he loves children, and yes, Jonas, we are the saviors of the world from the devil and demons, and you are right about that, and I agree. So that's why you're allowed to stay. Oy. It's okay. Jonas just needs to tone it down a little bit. He has 14 kids now. Well, he's not a deadbeat dad, I mean, all of these kids know that he loves them. Even the one that took another path and changed his gender, which I know is one of the reasons why Elon fights the way he does, because the woke culture did take away one of his kids, and that is really sad, and I understand how he feels about that. But you're right, Pam. Jesus loves Elon. So I have hooked into X Premium. I'm now paying for it because I want to show my support for Elon. So please follow me on X. I'm waiting for my premium. They're vetting me now, so that's pretty cool. So I'm looking for my stamp, my blue stamp of appeal or whatever. Anyway, it's pretty cool. Okay. Okay, Jonas. I'm old anyway. It's okay. So, anyway, I just wanted to recognize Elon Musk, and I'm so, so sorry that he's being treated badly by, quite frankly, criminals and stupid people. If anybody doesn't like Elon, it's because they either just don't understand what's going on. I don't know. It's apparently the people who are marching at the Bernie Sanders AOC rally, which most of them are paid to do that, by the way. They don't even know why they're there, and they don't know why they hate Elon so much. But we really have to pray for him, and I know he's getting a lot of death threats, and I hear that President Trump even got a new bodyguard, so that's cool. And I hope Elon, with all of his billions of dollars, has hired the best bodyguard that money can buy. So he's got to do that. Anyway, Marching is lame. Marching is good exercise. Okay, we got a fruitcake on the line. All right, we don't know you, so I don't know why you would miss us. Anyway, I'm exposing myself to the world here. But marching with those people, yeah, no, don't march with crazy people. March to the beat of your own drummer. That's the way to do it. That's what I do. All right, you guys. Well, I have been on for more than an hour now, and I'm really tired. And it's good to love everyone, and that's fine. That's fine. You can come on here and talk like that. I'm okay with it. All right, you guys. Just like and subscribe, please. So I'll see you tomorrow on my sunrise show. I don't know if there will be a sunrise, but I will be here in the morning, and hopefully we'll be outside at the beach, weather permitting. I don't really know what's going to happen. This week seems kind of weird with the weather, but anyway, I'm going to go, and I will see you guys. Yes, light workers, absolutely, Jonas. I do know that. We are light workers. You're right about that. All right, cow for now, Joyce. God bless you, Catherine. So good to see my friends and the new people and everybody. So, ciao for now. I will see you guys on the next beach report. First thing in the morning, sunrise. All right, you guys. Oh, at Coleman, yes. I don't know how. We gotta connect. We gotta connect. Please put your information, or just go to info@jewelbooks.com. Did you send me an email? I gotta check. I've been traveling. I gotta make things happen. So yes, Coleman, definitely you are on my list. All right, you guys. Now I'm really gonna go. All right, bye. Good night.